So I am moving. I am surrounded by tons of boxes right now. But I feel like I have everything under control, aside from also editing at the same time and moving in less than 9 days. 8 days. 8 days? Is it hot in here? It's hot in here. Because of the fact that we're moving in for a short while with my in-laws, for a few months until we can find a house, we are condensing our stuff, which means a lot of my books are going into storage, which is scary and not okay, frankly. But I'm just having to pick which books I like the best to take with me, which is really hard. It's kind of like that game, like which 5 books would you take with you if you had to live for a month on a desert island. So I'm really having to actually pick which books I want with me. So for writing books is what I thought I would talk about specifically today. And I have 4 writing books that are going with me and are not going into storage for the first move. And the very, very top one, if I could only take one, it's Stephen King's On Writing. I love this. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's basically a mix of a memoir and writing tips and his journey to publication. And like a lot of writing books that are memoirs, I find that it's not boring. I find that a lot of memoirs I don't like. I find them frankly quite boring, but his is very interesting. He had a very interesting childhood, and all through it he talks about his writing as well and how he kind of developed into the writer that he is today, and just his determination to get published. You know, little stuff like he would keep his rejection slips on a nail above his desk, and eventually it got too heavy and started to fall off. You know, just little things like that that just is a testament to his perseverance and, you know, some of the hard times he went through in order to get to where he is today. So I really love this book. I've read it about 3 times. I don't think it will be my last time, which is why I'm taking it with me. My second favorite writing book is 101 Habits of Highly Successful Novelists. It's a collection of kind of thoughts from the really big name authors about how they got where they are today, and pretty much is just very encouraging, and also because it's short little clips, I find it keeps it very interesting. I like books that are kind of not too rambly about the craft of writing and don't talk about it in a sense that's like too romanticized. I like to have applicable, down-to-earth logical tips, and this is a book full of them. Writing 21st century fiction. Apparently, I cannot speak. Words are hard. Writing 21st century fiction is next on my list by Donald Mass. Pretty much all of the writing books by Donald Mass are good. I have been through this one once. I want to reread it. He's got a lot of great tips. Donald Mass, for those who don't know, is a very, very big New York type literary agent who's got lots of huge clients, and this is basically his breakdown on how to write a great story. And last but not least is Chuck Wendig's Kick-Ass Writer. It's a great collection of very short little snippets of his wisdom, the type of stuff that you will find on his blog, Terrible Minds. If you haven't been to his blog, I definitely highly recommend it. I'll link in the doohickey below. It's very down to earth and in your face. If you don't like a kind of very blunt, direct approach to things, you might not be a fan of his blog or the book, but I really like it. It's no nonsense, it's quite funny, it's tongue-in-cheek, and again, realistic, down to earth. It gets down to the nitty-gritty of writing advice, and there's such short little snippets. You can probably tell here that I actually like going through 3 or 4 a day and just starting off my day that way. So these are the 4 books I'm taking to my metaphorical desert island with me. Not that my in-laws' house is a desert island, but you know what I mean. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments below. What are some of your favorite writing books of all time? If you could only take 2 or 3 writing books on a desert island, which ones would they be? Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the WordNerds have our live chat, and we would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.